Jambo guys, welcome to Camina Africana. On African Horrific Stories Episode 1, My Wife's Spiritual Husband, Snake Daisy. I never knew my wife had a snake as a pet. Not until after our wedding and she was moving her property into my house. She brought out the snake from a cage and let it free in the house. When I came back from work and saw the snake and I attempted killing it as I rushed to the kitchen and brought out a knife to kill it, my wife stopped me. Honey, stop. Meet Daisy, my pet, she said, and laughed at me. I seriously didn't buy it. She bet that Daisy has been her pet ever she was 16, she said. Daisy was picked alongside the road while she was going to church, so she considers her a gift from God. I finally let Daisy stay, but on the condition that she was kept in the cage at all times. My wife didn't listen to my instructions, and she'll let Daisy out sometimes. One morning we woke up and saw one of our neighbors crying. When we requested to know why, they said their son was taken away while everyone was asleep. I suspected Daisy, but my wife would defend her to any length to even make matters worse. Daisy didn't come out to eat, nor do anything 5 days after my neighbor's son went missing. I refused bringing in any visitor to my house after my boss had an encounter with Daisy and sacked me. Another thing I noticed was that whenever I am making out with my wife, I do notice Daisy staring at us. And secondly, Daisy would never play with me like she does with my wife. According to my wife, she said I was too hard on Daisy. It's been 5 years now into our marriage and my wife was yet to take it. We have gone from miracle center to another, but yet no results. I began suspecting Daisy. As for the way she would always look at me while making out, maybe she was a demon, so I will think. One day while I left my home for job hunting, my former boss called me for recruiting, so I had to rush back to my house to get myself ready and go for work. When I entered, I noticed a cold silence in my house. I checked Daisy's cage at the corridor, but found it open. I was so scared. I was terrified, so I tiptoed to my room and slowly opened the door. When I entered, I saw Daisy walking towards the door. My wife was on towel, sweating and looking tired. Then I asked her what happened and she said she was playing with Daisy. She then wanted to have her bath, but I wasn't convinced at the excuse. Because she avoided eye contact while making the statement, I got prepared and went for work. When I got to the office, I explained everything to my work buddy and he laughed, thinking that I am lying. I got serious and he finally believed me. He asked me to get rid of the snake and I made up my mind to kill the snake immediately I get home. When I closed from work and went home, I sneaked into the house so I can kill Daisy before my wife will know I've gotten back, in order for her not to stop me. As I enter, my wife wasn't in the parlor. I started searching for Daisy again. I was about stepping out when I heard words coming from the bathroom. I walked gently and closer. I began hearing a man's voice in my bathroom and the voice of my wife. They were both taking bath and making funny sounds. I was enraged but calmly take a peep into the bathroom. I saw full-grown men bathing with my wife. I quietly went out of the house and came in again. Honey, I am home. I shouted, pretending as if I saw nothing. As I stepped into the room, I saw Daisy walking outside the room. As I stepped into the room, I saw Daisy walking outside the room. While my wife was dressing up after bathing, I searched the room but couldn't find anyone. The next day, I told my boss everything, and he promised to send me to another branch outside the country. I moved, leaving my wife and her spiritual husband Daisy alone, without they notice.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, hit the notification bell and share. Stay tuned for the next story. Kwaheri.